According to the CDC, lead can cause severe health and developmental problems, especially in kids. Health experts say there is no safe blood lead level in children. Lead can be in things like paint from older homes, soil near airports, highways or factories, and water from lead pipes. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on News Center Maine at 5:30. I'm Zach Blanchard.
And I'm Chris Costa. The Environmental Protection Agency is granting states around the country millions of dollars to replace lead pipes. But in Maine, lead pipes and plumbing fixtures have been banned since 1926.
News Center Maine Sam Olson joins us live in studio now with what that funding could mean for the state. Sam?
Hi, Chris and Zach. Maine could receive as much as $28 million from the EPA to find and replace lead service pipes. The grants come after the agency introduced new rules last year to limit the use of lead pipes across the nation. Municipalities and public water systems around Maine are in the process of checking their service lines to see if they contain lead. The Portland Water District has checked more than 60,000 service pipes over the past 2 years. Its director of asset management and planning says it was a relief to confirm the city didn't have any public lead pipes.
Even though it's nice to have federal money coming in and helping us, it's a relief that we really don't have a problem.
Chris Crovo says the state has been decades ahead of the problem, since the use of lead pipes was banned almost a century ago. That ban puts Maine in far better shape than some other areas.
A lot of the bigger cities have 50,000 lead services that they have to replace on their side and on the customer side. And that number is just, it's our whole system.
The director of Maine CDC's drinking water program says she's only heard of a couple dozen lead service lines around the state. She says that's a good sign since most of Maine's larger cities have already completed most of their work.
But we don't have the whole picture yet. But so far, we are really not hearing of many lead service lines at all.
She says so far, Maine has applied for $20 million from the EPA based on the state's need.
There's no safe level of lead for anyone, and so it's very important to get lead out of as many pathways of exposure as possible.
Crovo says the Portland Water District system does have some galvanized pipe, which could collect lead. He says they are replacing those pipes with new equipment, thanks to the grant. LaChance says towns and cities are required to turn in their inventory data by the end of October. She says it is possible Maine will not need all of the $28 million available dollars since the state is so far ahead of the problem. In that case, it is possible some funding will go to other states having a much harder time with the lead service lines. Zach, Chris?
Sam Olson, an important topic. Thanks so much.